Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your great support always. I'm so grateful for your continued support to this channel. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as we speak, there is a mass protest by the Supreme Court judges as they are demanding the Judicial Service Commission to implement justice on their removal. According to the Justice Isaac Lena, one of the Supreme Court judge, is now saying there's a possibility of judiciary collapsing, and if ever the judiciary collapses in any country, that is the end of any attempt to that country being called democratic. As he is demonstrating how their removal is not in accordance to the law, I want you to listen to Justice Lena while giving his public lecture at Embu University. But before we listen to him, as you always do, ensure you like the video. When you like the video, you support the work that I'm doing in this channel, because sometimes you watch and you forget liking the video. So I'm just reminding you, please like the video. Thank you so much for that like. Let us listen to Justice Lena.
Misconduct must be individual. When you take your oath of office, you don't take it together. You take it as yourself, and you sign the oath as yourself. When you breach the oath, I signed the code of conduct as myself. I didn't sign the Judge Ruto with the Chief Justice. So we are saying, if you want to remove judges of the Supreme Court, begin by proving your claim against each judge. But if perchance all the judges are removed at the same time, suppose these petitions go through and we are all removed, the law says the judge has a right to appeal to the Supreme Court. Now, in my petition, I say, look at the absurdity of Supreme Court judges appealing to themselves, saying our removal was unconstitutional. That is the absurdity we are saying. It must be resolved. And now, there is also a question which you may have to speak to the Dean about, the doctrine of necessity. In my petition also, I'm raising the question whether the Chief Justice can appoint a bench of more than one judge in this case, although she is affected by the complaint. She has a constitutional mandate to appoint benches. Are we saying that because the Chief Justice is affected, she cannot affect her constitutional mandate? Who's taking it away from her? The same thing about the Supreme Court. If such a petition should come, should the Supreme Court then say, it's okay, we are going to Manyata because we cannot file a petition against ourselves? What about what Article 8.8 says? So these are important questions of the serious legal and constitutional questions we ask. They are not flippant, and they are only making a democracy better. I have no problem going home if somebody proves I am bure kabisa. Manyata, like I said the other day, we are a tarmac now to somebody, so it's okay. But you cannot remove a judge willy-nilly. Removal of the apex court should be on a very serious grounds. It cannot be games on social media. It cannot be. Removal of the apex court in the country is decimating a whole arm of government. You cannot have a democracy when a whole arm of government is collapsed.
Now, the way you have listened to him, remember earlier on, Justice Lena raised some issues in terms of the system of the judiciary collapsing during the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. And he imposed a question to us: if the system collapsed during the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua, what is this that can likely happen during the 2027 general election?
Those of you who followed the Rigiji saga will remember that at some point the judiciary website, the online filing system, went down. I want you to carry this question into 2027. Why did that online platform collapse? why did the firewalls that we created before 2022 suddenly become vulnerable? And imagine what may happen in 2027. I will say no more, but think about it.
Now, on the same note, Justice Lena is now saying that there is a possibility of the judiciary collapsing. And if ever this judiciary of a country will collapse, in any country that this will happen, then this will be the end of any attempt to that country being called democratic. Because
if ever the judiciary collapses in any country, that is the end of any attempt or any pretension to that country being called democratic.
He's even illustrating that, just imagine for now, hii issue ya kuwatoa imekuwa successful. According to the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya, they are allowed to appeal. They are appealing to who? And them, hao ndio wako pale Supreme Court. Wana appeal kwa nani? Na ama judges, when the Chief Justice is having that responsibility to select a bench, a judge bench, to hear such appeal, who is going to appoint the bench? And who are these judges? Though we can say, yes, the judges are still there. We're having several judges across our courts. But just imagine, we don't have 7 of these judges in the Supreme Court. Then they are being told, okay, your removal is done. And they are allowed to go and appeal. Who are these judges? And by the way, who will handle this appeal in Supreme Court? So Justice Lena is just raising some issues here. That if ever the judiciary collapses in any country, that is the end of any attempt to that country being called democratic. Because when you look at the scenario that we are having, is that this Kenya Kwanza government, they want to interfere with everything. They want to interfere with judiciary. They want to interfere with IEBC. They want to interfere with every body, independent body in the Republic of Kenya. And by the way, let me tell you, they are succeeding. We are just making noise here and there, telling them one-term president or there. But let me tell you, these individuals are cooking things behind the scene. But let us wait how things are going to be. Because remember, if Justice Lena is trying to raise some issues like that, and by the way, he's saying, the way you have listened to him, that he has no problem going home if proven he is worthless. But it must be on the serious grounds. If, of course, it cannot be games on social media, then let the truth prevail on his removal. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Bye bye till we meet in another video.